match. Coach Pitso, Coach Caetano was here a few minutes ago talking about the importance of the match. Just give us your views going to Saturday's match, please. Thank you.
Afternoon, everybody. What did Caetano say?
I don't have an opportunity to tell him what he said.
Projects, what did Caetano say?
I can't read my notes.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for having me here. The Nedbank Cup, I always like to call it the FA Cup because it involves teams from the FA. Yeah. One thing I like about the Nedbank Cup is that it gives you an opportunity to do continental football. I think DS Galaxy can attest to that. So you can't take it light. And most especially when you have an ambition to do continental football. I think DS Galaxy showed that they can do continental football with their limited budgets. So that shows that we all can do it. Yeah, a difficult game because first it's a local derby. Two, we're playing cup specialists. You know, always the cup games, when you go for cup games with SuperSport United, you are always not sure of the results because they are cup team. And I think we haven't forgotten that they just eliminated us from the cup, just as a reference on MTN 8. Okay, normally we do well against them in the league. I mean, we played 2 times in the league, first and second leg, we won the games. But when it comes to the cup, I don't know what happens to this team, you know, so it becomes a different story. So I think they are the favorites now in terms of the cup. And they play their own way. They're structured, more rigid. Caetano always puts a 3-man midfield against us. Okay, he's playing 3-man midfield most of the time, to be honest. But sometimes he changes to 4-4-2. But when he plays us, he just makes sure that he has 3-man midfield. And when he's got Tebogo, the Infirman, and the third one, he always changes, maybe Mbule or the other youngster, and he's got the Ugandan, who's doing very well also there. But one thing for sure, Krobla is in the starting lineup because he scores goals. Kuda Mahash has been doing very well. I think he has showed Caetano that he needs to start. And sometimes he plays Gapusa, sometimes he plays, is it Lungu on the right. Speedy wingers that we will have to look after. But at the back, it doesn't change. You know, Clayton Daniel will always be on the team. And Ronwen, who's very good, especially on penalties. You don't want to go on penalties with Rowan because he's always good. Well, we can say the same about Onyango also. With penalties, he's going to save 1 or 2 normally. But yeah, it's fun in derby. I think there's a lot of derbies, Lux. There's a Pretoria derby. I think there's a Joburg derby also tonight. You know, so yeah. So it's exciting. I was wondering if Lux, when he was doing that thing, was he feeling the hot and the cold ball, or they have the same temperatures or what? But I mean, how can you pull SuperSport United? There's Hungry Lions. There's everybody there, or maybe must NFD.
You got a fair one last year, coach.
Which one? No, I never have an easy one. I know people who've got easy draws every time. Every time, up to the final. You know, can I have the same luck as those people? I never have that luck. You always give me something strong. You know, so, but anyway, let's go with it. Maybe if we go through, hopefully we go through, and then you give me a relief because I've got the quarterfinals now, Max. You give me a chance, and maybe I can play somebody else in the group there. Give me a chance, man. Let me breathe. The league is Champions League. Give me a breather, you know, breathing space, and let me get somebody that I should not worry about. But we feel good. We are well rested. We haven't been playing Wednesdays for the last 2 weeks, so there's no reason to risk. What do you say? They use the weight for changing the team. There's a weight that you always rotation. You like to use that weight. There's no need for rotation because I mean, you know, it's unbelievable. You know, when we have so many days before a match, I don't know what we do. In fact, we take 3 days off. We took 3 days off to rest and be with our family members. So we started yesterday to train, just to get the energies back. And it's too many days to train. I mean, 5 days to train is too much for us. So yeah, we are ready for the match. We hope we win the match.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the last 16 draw will be live on Monday. It's going to be on Monday night at 7:30. All balls are cold. I cannot show you because I'm there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll now give you the opportunities to ask the coach some questions ahead of this fixture. First question, please. Who's going to shoot first? Nobody? Fantastic. Oh, Injabula.
Coach, obviously this cup comes at a tricky time when you look at your league and CAF commitments. Just briefly, like your thoughts on the team that you got in the Champions League, and how do you juggle the last stretch when you look at how competitive everything is?
I don't know if Lax will allow me to speak about Champions League. It's up to him.
Maybe not, coach. Let's first deal with the Nedbank Cup, and then if needs be, maybe you give just one comment on. I think though Shupi did a good job. Put your comments on the group earlier on. I saw. So,
yeah, to juggle 3 tournaments at the same time, Jabula, we cannot make it that excuse at this point in time. I mean, we had MTN 8, we had Champions League qualifiers before to the group, and we had the and we have the local league. Same with the Telkom Cup. I think if you go back to the calendar and check it, we have been playing 3 tournaments in 7 days at the same time. So we should not complain now when it's Nedbank and there's 3 tournaments again at the same time. It's the way it is. When you are too ambitious, you get involved in things like this, you know, and you hope that you get some, you win some. We saw we lost the top 8, but at least we got the Telkom. So you can never know which one to get. And I always ask also, maybe from the club, to say, guys, can I do the club? You know, if I can do the club, maybe it can be easier. Can I put the under 23s to play the Nedbank Cup? But it's not in the culture of the team, or you know, our people love the cups, and if cup is not important, why we won the Telkom Cup? So the cup is important also. But as I said, this one is good because I like this one because it gives you a space for continental football. But yeah, we used to do that. We should be doing that, irrespective of how the results are. We should be able to play. We've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years, I think. So it's okay.
next question, please. No more questions. Thank you very much. Okay. Delayed reaction. Okay, Bendulo.
Coach, I just want to go into your squad. Bendulo Sitole.
You must introduce yourself to the
sorry,
coach.
I need to know you.
You said Bendulo, sorry. I'm Bendulo Sitole from Front Run.
From? Bendulo from Front Run.
Bendulo
Sitole.
Sitole. Yeah.
Oh, I see the Front Run.
Yeah, yeah. So, coach, I just wanted to go into your squad. As we know, the Nedbank Cup gives an opportunity for youngsters to showcase their talent. So, will we be able to see Umkutuzi on the weekend? Promise Mukum.
Yeah, but we don't have that culture in South Africa. I wish I could do that, but hey, I don't know if how our people will react. And by the way, I don't have the mandate also from the board if I could do that. Well, Klopp is the boss, he can do whatever he wants. I don't know we have that mentality. To put the youngsters, yes, why not put the youngsters? But you've got to understand there are also players who are on the queue, who are waiting to play, or on the bench. And then what do I say to them now when people jump the queue? So I need to respect those players who've been also waiting the chance to play, and they've been on the bench. And yeah, it's not easy just to do it that way, because if it backfires, can we say, no, we were playing the youngsters, it's okay? I don't know if Sundowns is ready for that. I'm not sure. It's not my space to do that. But most of the time when we rotate or we change the team, it's because of the heavy program. That's why we change the team. Sorry. To be honest, I mean, we played USMA, and USMA followed us. And then we went to Rwanda, and then we came to Pretoria against work. So the program has never been heavy for us to can say that we need to rest players. So it has been a good weekend to weekend program. That's why I say we are well rested at this point in time. So we are okay.
I'll take the next question. Mark?
Coach, just wondering now, going into 7-8 years at Sundowns, winning everything, including the Champions League, and is it hard? Does it become harder when you've been winning and got 4 league titles and got cup trophies and got a Champions League? Does it become harder to keep motivated to keep winning? I know you've already got a cup this year, but so obviously you do still win the trophies, but especially domestically. I mean, when you look at the Champions League this year, Sundowns seemed a little bit different to domestically. They seem like that's where they're looking this year more. And maybe it's just because the ball hasn't always rolled for you domestically. But when you look in the mirror, is that hunger every bit still there, like it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago at Sundowns?
Well, are you referring to me or the players or all of us? I don't know.
I think maybe you could do both.
Mark, I always say to myself, I look at people who have won a lot of trophies. The Pep, I look at Arsene Wenger, I look at Alex Ferguson. I mean, who am I? I mean, who's the coach was coach for Napoli, now he went to Ancelotti. You know, so people undermine Ancelotti's record. You must just check his record. The guy has won a lot. He's won Champions League so many times, and leagues and all that. And I look at myself, I say, I mean, what do I have? Who am I to be speaking about 11 or 13 trophies in my football career? I'm nobody, man. So how can I be talking that I'm trying to get bored? No, I'm not getting bored. I want to win the next game. For me, what's important is to win the game, and I don't care what kind of a game it is. I love winning the match. So, me personally, I can't say that, because what have I achieved, Mark, to say that I've arrived? You know, I look at Alex Face, I think 43 trophies. I mean, that guy, how many times has lifted the trophies? So I get inspired by that. And same as you, how many times you've written the articles, you know. So you keep writing, you know. So I just keep going. What can I say, Mark? I don't know if I've answered you well. Yeah, it's the love of winning a match. I'm a big basketball fan. I've seen the coach at San Antonio Spurs, what's his name? It will come now. You know how many times he's won the titles. Phil Jackson, how many times he's won the 11 rings. There's a book, 11 rings, you must read it, of Phil Jackson. It's unbelievable how many titles he's won. So those people inspire me, and I look up to them and say, just keep going, and as long as let's change. My pleasure is to change people's lives. I like teaching. I like to see a player playing the way we have taught him, and it comes out in the match. That's what I like, and that keeps me going. I get the pleasure on some of the things we do at Sundowns, and we get to win the games with those things. That's the pleasure. That keeps me going, and yeah, that's about all.
All right, I'll take the last two questions. Sorry, Homo, you keep on taking your hand down, so I'm not sure whether you still want to ask a question.
Don't allow Humble, but good catch balls. That one shoots from the hip. Don't give him the mic. Zola, you can take over.
Homo, please prove the coach wrong. Ask a nice question.
Show me that you are 3 years now into this industry.
I've just got approval from Mazola, so it's fine. Coach, looking at your team, you know, in coaching language, a lot of coaches talk about a squad reaching their cycle, where there's a need sometimes to add players. Looking at the fact that, you know, some of the players are not getting any younger, Onyango, Trompo, do you feel that in the coming window, in future, there will be a need to sort of you know, get fresh blood in because it might have reached the cycle?
Yeah, but Humulema, you can pose that question to me and to other people, you know, of the age of the players and all that. You're right. But look, when we have Musa to come in, the Musa to come in and play and take the role from Nascimento, and he's doing very well, then you understand that there's a succession plan there. When you have Madisha behind Wayne Aronson, because Wayne Aronson's age is not helping that much, then you say there is a succession plan. When you have a Tapero behind and Anele, you can say exactly the same thing. When you have Rivaldo in the space of Kekana, when Kekana doesn't play, Rivaldo plays, and the age is it's okay, then you can say there is a succession plan. And you see we're bringing up people like Promise. We've had a trialist for the goalkeeper for the whole week, very good one, not ready for Sundowns, but a good goalkeeper, you know, because we're trying to replace Dennis. It's not easy. It's going to be the biggest problem for us to replace Dennis Onyango. And sometimes you look locally, you see that each and every team wants to keep their own players. Why should they give you their goalkeeper? And some goalkeepers say, why should I come to Sundowns and compete with Onyango? How can I compete with #1 in Africa? I mean, he's been there #1 for the last 3 years. Do I want to go to Sundowns and compete with Onyango? People don't want to come and compete with Onyango. And by the way, how do you compete? It means you must sit a little bit on the bench, wait for your time, and the player, the goalkeepers, local goalkeepers who can come as a succession plan for Onyango, they are playing in their teams. So, do they want to be on the bench? Do they want to lose their position also in Bafana if they are? And to have Dennis Onyango is a problem. You can't have another keeper coming. They don't want to come. You say, no, you've got Onyango, what's going to happen to me? You've got no chance, you know? And I think you can ask any striker to say, do you want to go play for Liverpool? You know, do you want Firmino, Salah and Mane. Do you want to sign for that team as a striker? Maybe I should stay in my team that I play and I win every week, and maybe I'm playing Champions League, because the guys who need to come there should play Champions League. So they don't want to come. That's the problem. They don't want to come. So that's on the Onyango. But on the others, yes, there are other players, one or two. We have a player in Cape Town already signed, long time, so we haven't announced it, but one day we'll announce it. Nice one in the midfield, to young also. So it shoots like a gunner sometimes. So yeah, it does. So nice succession play. We have the younger ones. We have Mkolisi just shadowing Temba's one there. You know, Temba is in a class of his own. I mean, how do you take him out? But Mkolisi should be playing anywhere, any team in the PSL, let's be honest, and making a starting lineup. And we kept him to learn from there. And you know, there's always criticism to say, as you say, youngsters, you bring them, and then you're killing youngsters' career. They won't play. They have to play when the others are injured, or it's not easy, because Pitso Mosimane should be really playing anywhere in the starting lineup. But he needs to learn the way we play, and he needs to survive. Tembazwane survived. Before his Tembazwane, he was loaned to Aces, and when I came to Sundowns, I said, no, he must come back. He can't go to Aces. Rama Mphahlele, I said, no, they must come back. I brought Dennis Onyango also when I came to Sundowns, because I said, we can't have all these good players loaned out everywhere, and Sundowns are struggling at that moment. So I brought them back. But everybody has his own time. I mean, you can see Mohamed Salah, for him to crack it, guys. He went to Chelsea, Roma, wherever. Sometimes it's not as easy as he's saying the youngsters must play. If they're ready, they must play. But why the youngsters of Liverpool don't play? Why every week it's those three, I'm telling you, up front. So where are all these under-23s going to play now? If I have to answer you, why we don't put them in? Do you know what I'm trying? You can say, okay, but there's the FA Cup. Well, we don't have that culture here. It's not easy to put the youngsters. And when you put them in, they must play, they must win, like Percy. He must play and prove that he's good, he's the best. And that's why at 23, 22, he'll go to Europe. Keegan Dolly, he was with Sundowns. We brought him back at 21. He stayed 2 years. He left to Europe. Bongani Zulu got him at 20. So we have done well with the youngsters. Madisha, we've done very well with the younger ones. And they have moved to good and bigger things. Tapelo came here, was 21, 22. And he has done very well, you know. So we're not that bad with the younger ones. And I'm giving you realities, and that's the truth, you know. So probably we're not that, as people say, that Sundowns, when you go to Sundowns, your career gets finished. No, but why Tapero doesn't say that? Why Lebohamapoe doesn't say that? Percy, Madisha, these are the young ones that came in, and they've cracked it, they've made it. So the young ones must make it also, to be honest, in that space, yeah.
Second last question will go to
Coach, just to continue on the line of continuity and succession, who have you earmarked in terms of leadership? Because obviously, Keke, maybe 1 or 2 years from now will not be captain if we look at reality.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good youngsters that can lead the team. Madisha, sober-minded, Tapelo, good youngster, no issues, no problems off the field. Even Pitso. Yeah, you've got a lot. Lebo, very good boy, good person, the Bahama boy. You know, we are lucky to have these good boys, because it's not about football, it's about how you look at things. And you can see that those are the ones who can lead the future of the team. Musa Libusa is not young, but he can still lead. He was captain of Ajax. So yeah, we have time for those ones to come up and lead the team. What's important, Matlati, is to have a quiet dressing room. And we've been lucky. We've had a quiet dressing room. I cannot say totally quiet, because you can tell me about one or two. But majority of the team is quiet, and they adjust. Even those who have never been that quiet, they're coming down, you can see. You know, quiet, loud on the pitch, yes. Quiet in the dressing room, quiet outside. We are fixing, and they're coming out right, and we are lucky. We have a lot of our Sugar, Wayne Arons, Anele. I mean, those guys are Dennis, Kennedy. You can just mention. That's the core of Mamelodi Sundowns. That's why sometimes you ask me why you have kept these players, because those guys have kept my dressing room. It's very important, because if you have too young and too loud, you know, you see there's other ones, younger ones, they dance in the dressing room also. They keep them quiet. I stop dancing. Supposed to win the match first and win a league, win a cup before you dance, you know. So they keep them quiet, and they keep going nice. That's why I don't get rid of those veterans. I know they're old, but they have my team, they are my coaches, they're looking after my dressing room. Why do I want to keep it young and quiet and loud? Because we have too many games here. We're traveling, we're playing, and they earn good money. You must know that. You know, I'm driving a Hyundai here, so they have big cars there at the club there. So you got to try and manage these people. It's not easy. It's not easy, and that's why sometimes you don't win, not because you don't have good players.
Okay, the last question will come from this side. Bit of a vote there. Temba.
I'm not going to dance on this one. Coach, the Nedbank Cup, from where I'm sitting, I think it's going to be one of those tricky assignments for you. What's your plan should you not progress to the next round? Now that you've said it yourself that anything can happen between yourself and SuperSport, and looking at the league standing, the log standing where you are, you spoke about the situation that needs to be fixed at the top, and yet this side, it's the Champions League. You're progressing on it as well and doing quite well. The Nedbank Cup, would it be an obstacle you going forward, or would it be a blessing dropping out early so that you can focus on the league?
I don't know how you're going to look at it. You know, you can, I mean, can we say the Telkom was obstacle also when we're doing the Champions League? Sometimes coaches, when we lose, we always say, yeah, at least you give us a chance to focus on, we give a nice excuse, give us a chance to focus on whatever, whereas it's never the same. So I don't know, but you have to try and win whatever you can win, you know, and you can't just say this one is an obstacle, or I don't know. I don't know if I answered you. Are you happy? Oh, okay, so what makes you not happy? Let me answer you well.
I'm actually looking at you, because just like you've said now, that other coaches would make an excuse. But looking at the program that
myself included.
Oh.
I've done that, yeah.
Looking at the log standing, right now you are not on number 1 or number 2, which I know that to you it means a lot that it takes you to the Champions League. But as things stand, you'd have to be in the Champions League next season. You have to win it this time if it ends the way it is at the top. So what I'm saying is, would you prefer rather to bomb out early off the Nedbank? At least you've got 1 cup in the bag, which is the Telkom, or would you prefer to push them all and say Retabona Kopi?
You guys asked me the same question when we lost to Pirates and there were 9, you said 9 points behind. And then I said, why should I worry about 9 points behind? Who worries about 9 PSL titles? And then I'm worried about 9 points. I said 9 PSL titles. I can reverse it. Do you worry about 9 PSL titles than me worrying about 9 points behind? We'd never win everything. There's never a situation when I've been around and we've won everything. So we might not win everything. I mean, we just lost the MTN 80s effect. that we can't win everything. But if we don't win the league, we should give it a go on the Champions League. But you never know which one, because last year we were second on the log, and we had the Champions League, and we bombed out in the semi-final. We needed 1 goal to go to the final. Yeah. Against Wydad, we half them puffed. We never scored a goal. So what's different? We're in a temple from last year to this year. It's the same, eh? So we are there with the Champions League. We are second. I don't know. And we had the Nedbank Cup. I think we lost to Baroka, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. We lost to 2 in the Nedbank Cup.
Correct.
But you can't tell. Who can tell? Who? Caetano won the MTN 8. Ne? Can he say that he's winning the league? Or he's winning the Nedbank Cup? You can't bravely say that. Ne? We won the Telkom Cup. Can we bravely say that we can win the Nedbank Cup? You can't say that. We won the league. Can we bravely say we're protecting the league? So who's got that pedigree of winning that he can talk at this point in time? Nobody can talk. Eh? What do you have? Eh? But the bed in what? The bed in hand. What's the English?
Which one goes?
One bed in hand, 2 in the bush. You're hoping, eh? You don't have it. No, you must have it first. Lift it. Then it's okay. Then you have it. Then we say, you got it now. You haven't, not yet. So it's nobody's. So we can't talk. Nobody, Caetano can't talk from the MTN 8. I can't talk with the Telkom Cup this year. And I can't talk protecting the league. I still have the league, remember? I can talk maybe about the league. Yeah, I have it. I'm protecting it. Nobody can talk about anything after. Nobody. Especially there are derbies going on. Eh? So be careful this weekend. Eh? It's the last trophy left and you might not even get the league. So you can go another year without. Eh? So at least me and Caetano, the Swani people, have got something now. We can say, hey, fun. It's very big and clean, you know? But other people, no, don't talk. Yeah.
Day before and the day after?
Your team of the century.
100%. So please, they want to know what you think, and hopefully they come on when you play.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. My phone has been going on until 1:30 a.m. yesterday. From Egypt. I don't know how they circulate my numbers. Everybody's got my number. Somebody threw me under the bus there. But yeah, it's an interesting one, you know, because it's my space. I've been around in that space a lot. And yeah, so Zamalek people have been saying, Coach, you've got Al-Ahly now, you know, so there's a lot of rivalry there. A big team, eh? And the players have been saying, we want Sundowns because we want to correct the results. In fact, they're saying the revenge, you know. And if you ask me, did I want to play Al-Ahly? No, I didn't want to play Al-Ahly. I would have preferred to play Raja. Just, it's a different opponent. You know, we've done WAC, we've done Esperance. We've done Esperance, we've done Mazembe, we've done all those teams who are there, except Etoile de Sahel and Raja. So I said maybe for a good experience for the team and for us and for you also. But we ended up with Al-Ahly again. Last year we didn't want, we were not happy to finish second behind WAC. We were fighting for the first one to finish first in the group so that we must avoid the big boys. We finished second. What do we get? Al-Ahly, we finished first in the group. So this year we were fighting, you remember my story. Let's finish top of the log so that we avoid the big boys. Who do we get again? Al-Ahly. So is it first or second? So this thing doesn't work. Eh? So I think maybe it's only bragging rights, to be honest. You know, but Yeah, Al-Ahly, I mean, what a team, eh? It's unbelievable. Just step in Cairo and it's only Al-Ahly. It's huge. And I don't know, I think they're getting too emotional with us. Probably it can help us that we've got nothing to prove. They have to prove that they can beat Sundowns. And maybe to Sundowns, was it a flash in the pen result? Is there anything related? Maybe the score. I don't think we can get the same score, but I think we played convincingly well against WAC. We played well against USMA. Yeah, so all I know is that we will play well against Al-Ahly here. The game is there. How do we manage that game there? And probably they will say that, hey, in Pretoria there's always a problem. Let's finish these people here first before we go to Pretoria. And maybe they play an attack, open game, which sometimes can be a problem. Ne? So you need to, we'll see. I don't know the coach because they always change the coaches. I know the coach, but they always have this big name international coaches. What does he have? What does he play? But a lot of these European coaches, big coaches, when they come to the continent, it's Africa, and they get a shock of their lives when they play Champions League, and they realize that there are teams in Africa who play different football. So, but I don't think they'll undermine us now, or underestimate us now. I think the results last year were very impactful. There's a big impact for them to treat us light. And I asked the players, I said, hey, Al-Ahly, what do you think? So I'm not going to tell you what they said.